Okay, let's see if we're live. Okay, folks, I think we might have gotten this fixed. We're going to check, make sure that we're here. Give me a minute. Yeah, I'm going to check the audio. Will you close that door behind me, please? Okay. Let me find us really quick. Hi, everyone. Hopefully we're live streaming now. Yes, there we are. Yes, there we are. Okay, good. Yay. Yes, there we are. Okay, good. Yay. Okay, folks, we're going to try this again. I'm going to wait for a minute for people to jump on. I'm sorry that I'm so short. I don't want to move the camera because everything is set up the right way. I'll have you click on that button when we're ready here. Can I see people's chatting yet? I don't know. There we are. I see some people coming back. Hi, Sherry. Hello. Boy, I guess this is going to be a very controversial interview. I believe that I thought that people would be interested in knowing what Harim has to say, especially given the fact that he was attacked after Josh came on my show, and he was identified as Harim, which was incorrect, and what kind of impact all of the attacks on him have been, what his walk in this journey as a patriot, as a conservative has been, his knowledge of these different movements, including Lexit, and all of that. That's what I'm here to share with you. And if you don't like Harim, if you don't want to hear what he has to say, you don't have to listen. But for those people that want to hear what he has to say, I think that it's important. Yes, I see your comments. I'm seeing your comments. And Charles, I hope that you listen to the interview and hear what he has to say about everything that's been said about him and what's going on. Let's see. Let's give it a few more minutes so people can come on. You monitoring over there, Duke? Everything looking good? You can't see that on YouTube? I found him to be a very humble person in the sense that he's willing to admit his own faults, and that he is very open about and very very open about talking about what he's been accused of and how this has all affected him. So, and I'm going to have him on again, so hopefully he'll have a chance to address some of the things that you guys want to talk about. But this is a very first important step. I think sharing information is really important as well. So I hope that you at least give it a chance and listen to what he has to say. Hi, Tabitha. Folks, I think you're going to find the interview that you're about to hear from Harim very revealing, the information he is giving us about Paloma, about her modus operandi, about other people in the movement. It's all very revealing, and I think that it merits a listen. So here we go with Harim's interview. Hold on, let me. Okay. Y'all ready for this? Here we go, just a minute. I can't see it. It's over here, honey. Right here. Okay, here we go. Hi, Harim. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm still on antibiotics, but hoping to be done with that whole episode soon.
Okay. I know you were sick, so I know you, and then I think I heard you were traveling or busy, so I understood. I actually reached out to you on Saturday, I think it was, in the morning, and you know what, just to make it clear, I've had Bobby and a couple of other people actually listen to your show about like, I don't know, how long ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago, and they wanted me to watch your show to see what was going on, and they wanted me to come on, but of course, I was watching. I mean, I don't trust no one at this point, so I've been watching your show, as a matter of fact, and I finally said to myself, you know what, I need to get on there. I know, if I just may mention something, Cindy, real fast, I don't care what people say about me. I don't care if they slander me. I mean, it does upset me. But what really gets to me is when other people get attacked, other innocent people get attacked, and I have always felt for that. And it's still going on. It's like crazy. I've been dealing with this ever since the beginning of this quote-unquote patriot, current patriot movement. Anyway, I reached out to you, Cindy. I know you were sick, but I hope that you're feeling better, and I hope you get better.
Well, thank you, Harim. I wanted to talk to you about what you personally have experienced, and I know you said you don't really care, but
I don't like drama. I mean, I really don't even want to do this. But like I said, and I don't get into it. It's just that when people get hurt, that's when I step in, and I've seen it. I mean, I can vouch for Fabi. I know why she got attacked by Pigeon. I know why Robert got attacked. I know why everybody's been attacked. I know why I've been attacked. And I just want to help you to continue to expose that.
What does it come down to? Why is she attacking all of you? What is it?
She's just a jealous, vile person who steps on shoes to seek fame, publicity, followers, views. That's what she's always been about. I've seen it from the beginning, and I was one of the first patriots, me and Robert, in New York, that actually started. I mean, we inspired this whole thing because we were the first public, public people that actually were out there on the street representing. And you know what? And along with that, me and Robert, I remember we got a lot of acknowledgement. We got a lot of publicity. We got a lot of followers. We got a lot of viewers. We got a lot of friends. And I started getting donations without even asking. And for a long time, I didn't want it. I was like, no, I don't like it. But people are like, I want to give. And people saw that. So people that were noticing me and Robert, they saw it. And from what I see is that they wanted that. They wanted to be like that. They wanted the attention that we got. And I'm not that kind of person. I don't like attention. I just, even to the day, people are like, oh, thank you, Harim. This and that. You're like popular, famous. And I'm like, nah, I don't like when people treat me like that. I don't like groupies. And that's what Paloma was. And I remember how she always used to make a big deal about, oh, Harim, you got so many followers. Oh, Harim, your videos, got thousands of views. And you know what? I would catch on to that kind of stuff, and that would, make me just notice. It would just make me aware who's who. But from the beginning, that's what it's always been about. People are they're MAGA grifters. They use the MAGA movement for their own publicity, for their own follows, views, for their fame, because it became popular. When me and Robert started doing this, it wasn't popular. It was not cool. As a matter of fact, it was detestable. But because I believed in what I believed and Robert believed in what he believed, we took it out there. And, it caught on. It caught on, and people saw it, and people just, I guess, they longed for it, and they knew that it was easy just by putting a MAGA hat on and waving a Trump flag or an American flag, and especially being a Latino, they knew that was going to get some traction, and it does. It really does, even to this day. But,
I have to ask you. Sorry, excuse me for cutting you off, but I just have to ask you that. What you're saying is really interesting because if you've been watching my shows, you know that I've been uncovering for Trump as a fraud, as a fake to what she says she's really believing. Because in reality, I feel like she is not somebody that is concerned about this country. In reality, I don't think that she is the person that cares about government or really understands politics or really, has the best interest of the Latino people. Because it seems to me that this woman has attacked a lot of Latino conservatives, and many of the people she has attacked have not only felt that they don't want to have anything to do with the MAGA movement anymore, but they don't want to have anything to do with politics, period.
That's true. And you know what, Cindy, it's deeper than that. It's her character and her personality, and you're right, she doesn't care. She's just because of who she is. If you're really about like America and our values, and people like to throw that out there, like God, family, and country, and I'm like, you know what? This is a joke. The way that you live your life, you're not portraying those things that we claim that we're about. You know what? And you know what, Cindy? The sad part that it's not just Paloma. There's so many out there, just like Paloma, that I have encountered, that I have met, that followed me, that were, they were right behind me, and they deceived me. And when I actually, like, I've uncovered so many people, and like I said, I don't like drama, I try to stay away from it. But when other people begin to get hurt, that's when I have always stepped in. I have always defended good patriots that are really about it. But you know what? It's a trip because people turn against me because they rather see the camaraderie. I've been told, a lot of people tell me, like, I'm like, well, they tell me, oh, why don't you hang out with this person? Oh, because of this and this and that. And they're like, and people actually tell me, well, we need numbers. So what I've seen is that people that are so naive, even within, Americans and patriots and Trump supporters, they're so naive and all they care is about numbers. And to me, I don't care about numbers. I'm a person about quality, And I'll explain something to you, Cindy. Even at the beginning, like, I mean, I'm from the streets. I'm from LA. I mean, but my eyes opened like 20 years ago to the Democratic Party. Like they don't care about us. They don't care about the barrio. They don't care about the hood. They don't care about minorities. And I saw that. And I've always been against them ever since. So when Trump came along, I was like, okay, I was very happy. So what I was going to say is I wasn't right at the beginning because I actually, like I said, me and Robert, we were the first ones to go out in public and represent Trump and America and currently. And when I would go out there and like I would start counter-protesting, protesters here in LA, and I would want to get into fights with them. I'd be like, let's get down. They would be like, F Trump, F you. I'd be like, F you too. But you know what? I actually, there were so many people that, came along and told me, hey, Harim, you know what? There's a lot of people watching you. You're representing Trump. You're representing America. You might want to change your tone. You might want to change the way you react. And I would get mad at them. I would be like, you know what? Forget you. This is my freedom of speech. I can do whatever I want. But you know what? In reality, I came to my senses and I realized, you know what? They're right. There is a lot of people watching me. You know what? Who knows? Maybe President Trump is watching me. I don't know. Maybe, people that know him. I knew that big people were watching me. The GOP was watching me. Members of the California GOP. So I actually changed my tone. I changed my whole thing because I realized that I was being like no better than Antifa. I mean, what does Antifa do? F you, they want to fight. And I realized I'm being the same as them. And that's not what we're about. And even me, from the streets, I've had to change all of that, come to my senses. But there's people that are just vile, their character, they don't care. They are seeking the fame like Paloma, and it's not just her. There's so many that I've met. And that's the other patriots, supposedly Trump supporters, they get caught in it. And then I realized these people are not about America's values either. You know, they're not about what they say that they claim to be for. You know, and that's why at this point, Cindy, I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. I don't associate with nobody else. I don't, you know, Fabi, I like Fabi. She's a friend. I've known her from the very beginning. I mean, I know why Paloma started hating on her. It was just pure jealousy because Fabi began to promote that new movie from Dinesh D'Souza, and she started getting attention and acknowledgement for helping to promote this movie to help our president. And what did Paloma do? Began to get jealous. Started messaging Bianca, the leader of the president of Latinos for Trump in Texas, which I know also personally, and began to tell her, Fabi's no good, Fabi's this, Fabi's that, like out of all jealousy. It's always been about jealousy. You know what? I was even warned about Paloma because I know, even when she wasn't doing anything wrong, but just people began to see her character. Oh, you know what? She's not right. There's something wrong.
You know what? I think that if the Republicans aren't more careful and don't do a little bit more work to vet the people that they have in their leadership, they're going to only have one Latino for Trump, and it's going to be Pendeja for fraud.
You know? Yeah.
She's alienating every Latino, every conservative that I have ever talked to.
Yeah. And it's you know, I can't help but to think that these people are infiltrators, that they are plants, because it's too much. It gets to the point now like there's something wrong and you have to question it.
Yeah.
You have to look at it. You know, like I said, I'm not about drama, but you know, I'm not gonna sweep anything under the rug.
Oh my God, I have to ask you something. Like, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there have been a recent series of events, and I'd like to get your commentary on it if you know about it. Pendeja for Trump just became viral, especially and mostly in Mexico, after a video on Twitter showed her pushing and making a migrant boy pee his pants.
Yeah. He assaulted a little boy. She literally assaulted that little boy. I saw that. Go ahead.
And then she was accused of being, well, a horrible person, which of course was caught on tape for everyone to see, but also of being a racist. She denies that there was anything wrong with what she did. She said that maybe it was a little bit, aggressive, but frankly, she stands by what she did because she doesn't want people to come into the country illegally. What are your thoughts on that?
That is totally a move. I wouldn't dare. Me, myself, that is real about what I've been doing and supporting America, I wouldn't even do that myself. I wouldn't even go to the freaking, I come and counter protest, but even when I counter, I've learned so much through my activism. When I counter protest, I have a message, and it's not a message of hate. It's a message of promoting our message. America first, build the wall, national security, prosperity, economy, and I point out the things that President Trump has been doing. Now, granted, there's a few things that I don't agree that he has done, but that has been my message. Like I said, I used to be out there, and yeah, I used to want to fight people that would want to fight me. But for me to literally go out there and assault or start pushing people or start telling them like to leave unprovoked, like when I saw that not too long ago, and I'm like, I actually thought that was recent. I was like, this is not good. This is just coming out. Like, wow. And I was very appalled. And not only that, but I came to find out that some Arizona patriots were with her. And I was appalled at them. And this, as a matter of fact, this group of Arizona patriots that she associated with in this video, I cut them off also. I have exposed them also as just being descriptors, just market grifters, like just people that are just they're not doing anything to help our war. They're just making us look bad. And what Paloma did make us look bad, put my life in danger. My life has been in danger. Look, and it's like this only adds fuel to it. You know, to people like me, all the Trump supporters, to look bad, to look racist, to look like we're assaulting people, to look like we would be capable of doing that because we support someone that she so-called supports as well. So I've even seen people put my name on Twitter next to hers with that video. Oh, look at what Paloma has done, and Harim Uzziel too. And I'm like, oh my God, no way. That's why that was another reason why excuse me, I don't stay silent. It's like I have to put it out there to make sure that people understand that I have disavowed Paloma. I've disavowed so many of these groups because I don't want to be connected with them. Not only that, I disassociate with anyone that they're associated with. Public figures, like there's this one guy, Ben Burquam, that I knew personally. I told him about Paloma, you know, and it's a shame. He actually started telling me that I was causing infighting when I was pointing out to him, and he knew very well, and Will Johnson, what Paloma was doing. They actually invited me to come to TJ with Paloma and cover the caravan, and I told Ben, no, I will not. I told Will, no, I will not, because this is what's going on. I don't want to associate with these people. Well, guess what? They still went, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was going to say, everyone has come to the realization of what Paloma is in their own time. It seems like you, Robert, some other people that have been harassed and traumatized the longest, or for a longer period of time, figured it out sooner, right? But some other people took a longer amount of time, but eventually everyone does. And I wanted to ask you about something connected to what you just said with regard to the assault on the little boy. What if I were to tell you that under the Mexican president here in Mexico, they have wanted a unified message? So here in Mexico, people have been very divided. For one, Mexicans have always been, they've always been the country people migrate through, and many Mexicans have migrated to the United States. So they have a empathy and compassion for people who are trying to find a better life. On the second hand, they had never seen caravans used in this way, and they've never seen people who are seeking a better life treat their host countries with such disdain and such disrespect as they did to Mexico. So the people were very angry at the president because he wasn't doing anything, and his approval rating had been plummeting. Yes, I am talking about the caravan, yeah. The Mexican president's rating had been plummeting because he would not do anything to stop the human trafficking, the disrespect of the laws by the migrants, and the Mexican people were angry that he was putting Central Americans first and Mexicans last. In fact, they were so mad at him, they began to say, we want you to be more like Trump, because he at least puts his country first. And that was a very strange thing to see happening in Mexico, especially after Trump started out his campaign in a way that seemed to insult a lot of Mexicans. And then Paloma went viral. And suddenly Paloma went viral assaulting a migrant boy, and suddenly the Mexican people were forced to pick a side. Harim, how can anybody side with a Mexican American like Paloma for fraud who assaults migrants? Nobody wants that association. So it's become a very polarized subject. What if I told you also, I'm going to get your comment right after this question, or this statement. What if I told you also that, as you noticed, that video is old, and that she has been helping to make it viral. What if I told you she knew it was going to be viral and she had something to do with it becoming viral? It wasn't something that was done that she got caught out, you know, like, oh, they put this video out 6 months afterwards or 5 months afterwards, but that it was coordinated, it was thought out, it was planned, and that she had something to do with it. What would you say if you knew those things?
I believe it. I would question it. I would raise a red flag, and I would not put it past her. I would not put it past her. I believe it. I actually followed the caravan from its very inception when it was down there. That ladies. I mean, okay, I've been watching your videos, and you have mentioned this a little bit. How it just went viral now, and I'm like, yeah, I don't put it past her. I wouldn't doubt it, and it's got to this point where I think like I've seen, and I can't help but to think that people are infiltrators to make us look bad. I know it. I actually have seen some people. I've seen infiltrators. I've seen white supremacists follow me. I've seen follow me. So I don't put it past. I know. I believe it. I believe it. And like I said, I've been following the caravan from the beginning. And there's this lady you talk about, Sonia. You know what? I was one that actually made a video of that lady. Her name's Sonia. Yep. Where I was like, she's a trafficker. I was putting it up there. At the same time, when I had mentioned to people that Paloma was not right, because people started tagging me with her, putting me in their video and her videos, like, and I got to the point where like don't put me, do not tag me with her. She started attacking me, and then I couldn't help but notice what was going on. And that lady Sonia, I was like, I made a video about it. I was like, she's a coyote, and then everybody started attacking. Oh, but I've seen it. I'm like, yeah, this is who Paloma's working with. Before I saw your show. But I've been knowing a lot of this stuff, and I don't put it past her. And this is why I'm at a point where, to be honest with you, I don't know what to do, because this affects me. This puts my life in danger. This puts us, President Trump, the whole narrative. It causes division, infiltrators. So I'm like, what do we do? So to be honest with you, I want to give you a lot of credit, because you're doing it very professionally. You are doing it the right way. You're not doing it as in drama. You're not doing it as a hearsay. You're actually putting it out there. And I'm like, what do we need to do? Okay, so we got you. And then I'm like, the next thing, I'm like, you know what? People need to start sharing your videos, Cindy, because I see that you don't, I think you only have less than 2,000 on YouTube, and then on Facebook, I don't know how many you have, but you do got your followers, but I'm like, you need a bigger platform. So I'm like, I'll be honest with you, there has been people on Instagram, because I'm on all social media platforms, and I've had a good, how can I say, I don't even like to use followers, but a good platform on Instagram, on Facebook also, and I had on Twitter, because like I said, me and Raul were the first one, but there's been people on Instagram where they have been sharing Paloma stuff, and they'll say, oh, this lady's getting attacked, blah, blah, and I literally am starting to respond to them and tell them, you know what, this person's a fraud, and I've been sharing your link, so people can actually go and look at it. So I think that your viewers need to start sharing your content and putting it out there. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm like, you know what? Okay, so on Saturday it got to the point, and I thought about it after watching your videos, and I'm like, okay, she's doing it right. She's being real. Cindy's being real. She's being professional. I want to help her. And then I said, you know what? I have credibility. I do. The real people, the good, real people that have been there from the beginning know that I have credibility. I've always even owned up to my mistakes. Like I said, you I'm gonna be honest with you. Even Paloma has even talked about that I'm a drunk. You know what? I had a problem with drinking before I did, but guess what? It was Paloma buying me drinks. It was all these people that she's associated with that were buying me alcohol after rallies, knowing very well that I'm an alcoholic. And yes, I'm from the street. Guess what? That was another reason why I had to cut him off. So the thing is that I got to the point where I gotta call Cindy. I want to help. Not only that, but you know what? I've been to begin to share your content. And if it's possible, I'm not gonna say I will or not, but maybe it'll get to a point where I can share you on my platform and just spread it from there. Because there's a lot of people that know Paloma, that know about her, that know how she is, but they stay quiet. They don't want to get attacked or nothing. But sharing your content is would be more than enough. And I think you need to get to the point where you really go viral and expose. And now the other thing is I don't know what to do myself. Because I don't want to look like I'm into the drama. I mean, I've tried, and people attack me because they're all about numbers. They're all about camaraderie to the point where they compromise their own integrity. And I'm not like that. So I actually have been thinking about, I don't know, but people tell me, other people tell me, don't do it, Harim, just stick to your message. But I've been wanting to make a video, and I have exposed people in the past. But it gets to the point where I want to make how can I say, a very deep video where I'm just speaking and say, you know what, this is what I've experienced. Everyone that wears a MAGA hat, in every group there's going to be bad people, and I have seen it firsthand being out there. I've traveled the country because of this. I've met many people, I've seen it, but I really don't know what to do. At the end of the day, I don't know what to do to expose this, to defend myself, because like I said, it's not only Paloma. There's a group here in Southern California City that Paloma is associated with, and they have been attacking me non-stop.
What's the group?
Bobby and someone else sent me a screenshot where they're lying, saying that I stole a speaker that I had, which we were going to use mutually at rallies, but they're saying that I stole it. I didn't steal it. I had it in my possession. When I cut these people off, I actually called the person that dropped off the speaker to me so I can hold it, to let her know to come pick up the speaker. She never got back to me. And it's been months now. It's been in my possession. So you know what? I have it. I'll use it. It's a good use. But yet this group that is associated with her recently, just yesterday, are saying that I stole it. And people believe it. People that don't know me, people that never interacted with me, or people that I've cut off for being dummies, they believe it, they jump on the bandwagon, and guess what? I'm being shared all over Trump pages. And people that don't know me, like I said, they come and attack me. My phone, I had to change it because they were literally threatening me, to do stuff to me. Yeah, I'm a driver today. To me, it's a joke. I'm from the street.
What's the name of the group, if you don't mind me asking, that Paloma's associated with?
Okay, so there's another Latinos for Trump chapter here in California that is under California Gradient, a group that I actually desisted from the president of, because he had these people that were in her group, because I used to be the head of one of the coalitions under Make California, and Anchors for Trump was under that group. So I would work with them, this lady Elsa. So I expressed a lot of this stuff to them, like, these people are bad, and they refused to, well, not that they refused to do anything, but they just, they were being naive. Not only that, but Elsa, she started hanging out with them, instead of taking a step back and saying, okay, let me, analyze what's going on. She's here taking pictures with them, being, camaraderie and everything, and Paloma too. They hijacked a rally that I had on June the 2nd because my brother died that morning, so I had to cancel it. And neither Paloma has said that I actually manufactured that lie of my younger brother died. He was autistic and died from a seizure. And I have his birthday, his death certificate, but to this day, they're putting it out there that I lied about that.
Oh my God.
How vile these people are.
Oh my
And I
God.
lied about my own brother's death.
Oh my
That's how
God.
I am, you know? When
Oh.
people, so they, you know, so this lady from California, the president, which I used to be a part of, I had to cut her off because she was associated with these people. Not only that, so when I cut her off and I told her, and I tell people, you know, some people when I've had relationships with them, I will text you and say, you know what? Because you're hanging out with these people, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to cut you off and disassociate myself from you. You know, I do it like that. You know, I'm just some people I just cut them off like I don't know you. But other people, like if I have relationships, like I said, I do that. And I did that for her, you know, and I've done it to other people. But instead they say, oh, Harim just has bullied us. Like, oh my God, like, I'm like, really? Like, I cut him off for no reason. Like, I'm the bad one. But this lady from California, great again, she got mad because this is another thing that I realized, Cindy. People get mad when you get unfriended or you get unfollowed or you get unfriended. I mean, I get hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you, and so many people do it. I get hurt, but I leave it. I let it go. I go on with my life. I got a life. You know, I got a mission. I got a message, and I continue with that.
Yeah.
But what I realized is when I cut people off, when I disassociate, when I unfriend them, when I say, hey, I'm sorry, you know, I can't stand with you. I have you stand with me. I'm sorry, you cannot come to my rallies, you know, because all you want to do is flip them off. I'm done with that. I'm past that stage. Well, guess what? I noticed that they get mad.
Yeah.
They get mad and they go on, like Paloma. They cannot handle no. They just can't handle it. And I get it. I understand it. But when you can't handle it, it's because you're real ghetto. Like, you're really you got a lot of work on yourself. And I got to work on myself a lot. I got to dig deep inside of me. And people know that part of me. And you know, I have a lot of people that really like me, and I like people because they're real. They see me as who I am. They've been with me from the beginning. But these people don't understand, no. And like I said, it's not just Paloma. It's a whole group of people everywhere. I mean, she's hanging out with Toby. He's from New York. He's a freaking no Nazi. You know, now Paloma is, you know, Lexit is promoting. You know, I had it out with Lexit too. Lexit reached out to me. You know, not only them, but also the Republican National Hispanic Assembly. So many groups always have reached out to me from the very beginning. Harim, I want you to be part of us. You know, because they wanted me to promote them because they knew who I was. But guess what? Because of how I see how groups are, I have always said no. No, I'm on my own. I'm on my own. I'm on my own. And people don't like that. People think that I'm all cool. No, it's not that. Or think that I'm, you know, this big thing and I just think that they're less. No, it's not that. It's just that I know how people are and how groups can be. And I don't want to be under that. And I don't want to be associated with that. Well, guess what? And later on, I found out that actually Lexit stole the platform from another guy who actually started. Now, also, then I started finding out that Lexit was at the beginning promoting Paloma. I reached out to the guys and I was like, hey, honey, like, you know what? You guys are promoting this person. She's bad, news, blah, blah, blah. They started attacking me.
Well,
for no reason. They started saying that I was soft, hard. I mean, it's like names, not addressing the issue. Not only that, but I found out that the Republican National Hispanic Assembly and Lexit, somebody sent me an article where they actually met with Trump's campaign people, and they actually work for DACA and for Amnesty. Something, to be honest with you, Cindy, that the base of President Trump supporters were not about that. Because we know that DACA was the concept. Even DACA people are not for DACA. So when I found that out, I put it out there. I'm like, look, I'm not for DACA. I know there's a lot of Trump supporters. We're not for DACA and Amnesty. We just not. We're for legal immigration. That's what we're for. And when I put that report out there and say, because Lexit's name's on there and the Republican National Hispanic Assembly's name is on that article, you know, I started getting attacked by the Republican National Hispanic Assembly and by the Lexit, not addressing the issue, attacking me with personal attacks. So at the end of the day, I'm like, who does? I don't do that, Cindy. I don't, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I don't too much use like, oh, she's fat or she's ugly or look at her. Or to be honest with you, I don't even use like they have a drug or something like that. I'm like, I don't even like to go there. I just put the issue on the table, and this is what it is. This is what it is. I mean, they attack me in my person, my family. They slander me, my character, which has nothing to do with things that are on the table. But at this point, it gets to the point like I'm like, you know what? Lindsay's right. She's up and down. She's a cutie. She's a fraud. A third world person that has no morals, no ethics, no nothing, and is making President Trump look bad. It's making America look bad, and it's making me look bad.
And Latinos.
That's not what I'm.
Oh shoot, the computer died. What happened? Oh no. Okay, hold on a second. I do not know what happened right now. Excuse me. Give me a moment. Did the power cord go out or what? It says it's on. Or at least it looked like it was on. Oh. It just rebooted itself for no freaking reason. There was, okay, listen. There was only 2 minutes left. And I have to tell you that in those last 2 minutes, what he said was that he does not consider himself to be a victim of Palomas. He's not afraid of her. He told me he thought long and hard about talking to me about Paloma, and that a lot of what people were saying, he really didn't want to speak out publicly, but he continues to see a lot of people that are getting attacked. And I think that is an important thing. Also, Harim talked at the beginning. I don't know if you guys listened. If you want to go back, I know a lot of you guys didn't get notifications. He said in the beginning, he was one of those people, because he comes from the streets, that, he was aggressive. He wanted to fight, that he was one of those people. And people came at him and they said, hey, you're, and he was like, hey, I'm going to do what I want. And then he realized people are watching him. People are, he's playing a role where people are paying attention to what he has to say. People in the Conservative Party are looking at him. And he said, I was no better than Antifa, because I was like, F you, and I was trying to fight with people. He addressed that. He said, and he's been working on himself. Is he a perfect person? No. But you know something? If in the course of exposing what and who Bendeja for Fraud is, I only spoke to people who were perfect, who never had any problems, who never had any accusations or issues, etc., I wouldn't have nobody to talk to. I would have nobody to talk to. I think that you may be missing the point of what is happening here. You may be missing the point of what the importance behind exposing what Paloma for Trump is. It isn't just exposing the lies. It is liberating people whom she has held under her thumb. And that includes a link to a lot of different people. This is the first time that I have even spoken. And you can even ask some of the people I've interviewed on my show before here in our stream right now. Before I had, and I'm sorry, I apologize for the signal for some of you. It's a little bit bad. before I interviewed those folks on my show, I talked to folks for a while. I gave them a chance to get, you know, their, build trust with me, to get things off their chest, to address that as well. He said he's been listening to my show and he didn't know if he should even talk to me because he doesn't know who to trust. Does that sound familiar to any of you? These are things that have happened. I know some of you may have personal beef with him. This is not the place to hash out your personal beef. My platform is not the place. I want you to hear how this person who knew and worked and was within the movement, working alongside people like Paloma, what they learned, what they have learned, not just about her, but also about the movement and who is in it and how people have infiltrated it. I think that's incredibly important, especially when you look at everything that is going on. Oh, is that the real Jovi Val? He says, who are you? And why is it okay to say my name but not interview me? I guess that's common in the MAGA movement, huh? Please block me because unlike you, I truly do protect free speech. um, that's not what I've heard, but I will say this. You've never asked to be on my show, and that's not really how to go about it. I think that Jovi Val, if that is really indeed the true Jovi Val, has done a lot to damage, to hurt people. From what I could hear in the interview, the recorded statements in the interview with Alexa, you're a hot mess. You are a hot mess. You got a lot of issues, and Paloma is just one of them. You have you're your own Paloma. I haven't even gotten to you yet, Jovi. And you know what? This is my platform, and if you protect free speech, then you wouldn't be here to derail. Use your own Nazi platform to talk all you want about whoever you want. The stupid things that you totally okay. They don't have to know. Use your own platform to share whatever your message is. I'm sure you've already been doing that. This is mine. I like Jovi Val. Okay. There are people like Jovi Val who have done everything in their power to continue to support a fraud like Paloma, and they knew she was a fraud. But the reason that they can do that so easily is because birds of a feather flock together. That's how it works. Mary says, Jovi, you're a fraud sleeping with Krista while you were married in Colorado, and you hide it from your wife that Paloma set you up. It's true. And you know what? Krista, your Colorado girlfriend, sent me a lot of angry messages, emails right after the show. In one, she said she never wanted your wife to find out about the affair, but what did she say? Life's a beep. So I guess things happen. And let's see, I love that Fraud Loma took Alexa for a fool. Little did she know how Alexa had some sense to record. That was awesome to see. Well, Miscellaneous, I will tell you that she noticed a lot of things, including how Paloma records everyone and everything. And she knew that at some point she would be on the receiving end of that. And she decided that she was going to protect herself by making sure to record what was going on, so she had proof of what she was saying. Is he blocked or whatever? Jovi Val, are you proud of your wife's skin color? Very good question, Big Troll. Do you realize I hired them, right? I was giving Trump supporters jobs. Oh no, you were giving Trump and the Republican Party a bad name. You guys did a horrible job. I wouldn't hire you to pick up trash, much less work on some kind of a political campaign. You guys sounded like a trash fire. You had the cops called on you. You shut down a school. I mean, seriously. Seriously. Seriously, Joey. Sad. I'm sure that after listening to that, put that on your resume. Stick the recording of you guys breaking a window on your LinkedIn. See if anyone hires you to do anything like that again. I'm sure, though, he didn't bother to pay for the damages. I mean, I'm sure that they didn't bother to pay for the damages because Alexa told me they left the people at that place holding the bag on the damages they caused, and they refused to take care of any of it. That's what you get when you hire this group under the leadership of a Jovi Val. But folks, this doesn't get exposed. None of this gets exposed without more people coming forward and talking. I commend Hadim for reaching out. I hope more people like him that have information about what has happened do. And I hope to invite him again to do that, because I think that the more comfortable he gets, the more he's going to tell us about what he knows. And that is important. We need to build that space, a space where people feel free to talk without being attacked. Because a lot of the people that have been affected by this have been silenced completely, have decided not to have anything to do with politics anymore. And that's wrong. That is the opposite of what these folks are supposed to be doing. I thought they were supposed to be bringing people into the movement. I thought they were supposed to be helping conservatives, but they're not. Instead, what they're doing is giving people a bad name. So, Alexa will be coming back on. It's harder for me, obviously, to do interviews and share them from here, as you saw tonight, but I'm going to continue to do that work if other victims of Paloma, if other people that are truth tellers, if other people that are part of this movement that want to, to expose what has happened, or, come and speak their truth, want to reach out to me, I invite you. Big Troll says Joey Val is not respected in the MAGA movement. He has no respect for children or families. Sell my body for Trump says, you're not welcome here, Jovi. You came here to attack because a Jew was speaking, that you did not show up here when Alaska was being interviewed. Oh, he did afterwards, though. Sell my body for Trump. Let me tell you, Jovi Val, if it's the same dude, sent me a message afterwards saying, who are you? He plays pendejo, just like pendeja for fraud, pretending he has no idea who I am. You didn't look at the channel. You didn't bother to look. You just want to go, who are you and why are you talking about me? Because I can, because I have the freedom of speech and of press to express myself as a Mexican crossing lines and tell people what I know. That's why. And obviously I didn't know if it was the real Joey Val, so I didn't even respond. I was like, this guy, not going to waste my time with him. I will have more interviews. Hopefully when I get back, I will be in a better position to do those and to bring you more information. I'm not going to stop. For those of you who have said over and over again, why are you still talking about this? You don't want me to talk about Paloma and all of the horrible things that she's done and what she is continuing to do and how this plays into what's happening in the politics of Mexico? Don't listen. Don't watch my feeds, turn them off, go somewhere else. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. I know that there is an impact that is happening here. I've asked people about her. Everybody in Mexico knows who she is now because of what she did to that migrant child. And no one wants to be associated with Trump, MAGA, or anything Latinos for Trump related because of her. She has galvanized Mexicans who were against a democratic socialist president here in Mexico, who were against the UN Pact on Immigration, who were against the crimes committed by human traffickers, who were against the free pass that AMLO has given those people in this country. And now she's galvanizing, she's at least shutting those people who were against that down because they're so embarrassed. They don't want to seem even like they're defending somebody like Paloma for Trump. If you don't think that that's important, you don't see the big picture here. You're not paying attention. I told you on one of my previous shows, I actually believe she's getting paid to do this as an infiltrator, possibly from both sides. And by both sides, I mean the Mexico side and the United States side, because she sure is helping the president of Mexico in his agenda right now to bring people together and to simply sing Kumbaya and let this mass migration with human trafficking and weapons trafficking and Antifa leadership just keep on happening as they keep on making billions and billions of dollars exploiting people and trying to exploit the loopholes that we had in our asylum system. And furthermore, for all of you haters out there who don't like my methods, go back and check out what I did for Kathleen Bennett. Check out how many people I have exposed and shut down completely because I didn't stop. Because I didn't listen to the people that told me, you have to stop talking about this, find something else to talk about. No, when it's not a problem anymore, then I'll stop talking about it. That is the only thing that I can do. I can't prosecute her. I can't prosecute the people that have defrauded folks from Standing Rock till now. You know what I can do? I can keep digging, I can keep investigating, I can keep researching, and I can keep bringing that information to my audience. And that is exactly what I'm going to keep doing. And I'm also going to keep bringing you more interviews and information from here, from Mexico, so you can understand, so you can learn the impact that it's having. And I'm hoping to educate people here too, because they don't really understand what people like Paloma for Trump signify. They really believe that she lives in the United States or that she's this American Trump supporter. They don't see how she has sullied the name and the brand of Trump, of MAGA, of conservatives, of Republicans, of people that don't want open migration, open borders, of people that don't want people to commit fraud against our government in our asylum process. She has pooped all over it, for lack of a better word. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to stay silent about it just because some people are tired of hearing me talk about what impact she has, because she has had a very big impact and she is having one here in Mexico now. So stay tuned. I ain't going to shut up. I'm not going to stay silent, and I'm going to keep bringing you more information about Paloma for Fraud and what's happening in Mexico. Cindy, you're doing what I wanted to do about Paloma. Fraud Loma in 2017, it would be life consuming. I knew someone else would, though. You are my prediction, and I support you for doing this. She will come down. Yep. Yes. Totally. Will do. And thank you for listening to this live stream and this interview. For those of you who took the time to listen, for those of you who missed the beginning, please go back and listen to it. Just listen to what he has to say. Give these folks a chance to come out. Maybe they don't have the opportunity on their first time out to get everything out. That's why I've had Mary on more than once. Thank you, Mary, for your support. Paloma and Jovi, shame on you for hiding how you both set Krista up to sleep with Jovi and hide it from his wife. Very important. Wow. Wow. That's incredible. I want for you to know that I'm going to keep on giving folks chances to come back, like Mary, And I know that some of the folks that come on my show have been getting a lot of backlash, have been getting attacked. But I don't think that that is going to stop us from continuing to bring you this information. And I don't think it's going to stop them either. Okay? Jovi, I haven't just so you know, I don't come on my show without receipts. I always bring receipts. Okay? I always bring receipts. And recordings, video, audio, that's the kind of evidence I provide for everything that I say. I bring you citation, I bring you proof. So go back and check the record. Go back and check the record, folks. Thank you, Mrs. Red Badger. Thank you to all of you that supported us tonight. Gonna go and take care. Do come over here and say hello to the people. I'm gonna go and take care of this
Yep.
gorgeous man.
Bad technical day, but we still got the show in.
And I want to give props to you, Duke,
Yeah.
in front of everyone. Yeah, because you're in the background so much. You work so hard. You've been hauling equipment. You've been carrying a backpack that weighs like 50 pounds on your back
Yeah.
while 7,300 feet up in the air, which you are not used to, running from place to place, doing live streams, trying to bring information to folks. And you know what? I really appreciate it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate everything that he does. I know he's exhausted and he's hungry, and I'm gonna go take care of this man so that we can do this again and again and again. I will tell you, tomorrow I am gonna be visiting family. It's my uncle's birthday, and he is in his 80s, and he's been very sick. He is just gone through cancer treatment, and that's one of my goals, is to spend as much time with birthday. I might do a live stream and bring you some cool cultural place thing for you to watch with us. But if I don't, I will be back this weekend. I have some special footage in store for you. Don't miss it. Okay, folks? Thank you so much for being with us tonight. And thank you for your support.
Yes. Buenas noches.
Good night and good luck.